spoke about all the technicalities of being a rally driver and so on. Assuming after this interview, I want to get into rally. How do I go by that?
Take a bus.
Thanks, dude.
Well,
what does it take to be a rally driver, man?
first you need money.
Okay. Okay, there goes my
Tons of
dreams.
money. First of all, you're gonna get a car. That you want the car to go straight, so you need to get a nice looking car, a nice looking ride. And secondly, you're gonna strip it out and send the car to oblivion, because after your car's gonna go through mud, go through ruts, go through rocks, go graze animals in the estate, go past.
What are the
palm
recommended
trees.
cars?
Well, you can basically take any car you want, but a cheap, affordable car is probably a Proton for rally, because the parts are in abundance everywhere. And you just have to strip out whatever you don't need, follow the regulations, and then put in a roll cage and find a guy that's crazy enough to follow you in the car because you are controlling his life. Okay. Yeah, then after that, get to know some of the rally guys or call me up, and then can tell you a bit more where to get stuff done. But rallying here is a bit quiet now, but the last APRC was pretty good. They have a good entry list from overseas. APRC is Asia Pacific Rally Championship, where it's part of the WRC calendar, a small segment where the Asia Pacific Rally runs, which is only around the Asian countries. So you got some good foreign drivers coming in. So it's pretty big now.
Nice.
So in terms of being a rally driver itself, do I have any specification, any say a certificate or a license or any course for that?
Well, basically there are a few people organizing some driving courses. You can get of course, before you enter rallies, you have to get in touch with a local organizer. And you can find out more from MalaysianRally.com. And then you have to get the licensing. You have to get licensed to be a rally driver. There's no actual course or test per se. You just have to apply for a license. You see you're physically fit, you can actually get a license and start your rallying career. But before anyone who wants to embark on the rallying, I suggest they better do some practice. At some open areas to learn how to drive properly, and then get some. The rally guys are pretty friendly. They'll come and give you tips on how to drive better.
No problem, yeah.
Yeah, so I got a lot of friends in that.
I think I've got a. This is where Yen Kong also didn't say it, but I will say it, you gotta have this thing that starts with the letter B, but better
and ends with an S.
But now we actually call it guts.
Guts.
You gotta have guts to drive in the rally like that, right?
It's a lot of in rallying, right? You don't see the competitor in front of you. You're driving by yourself in a special stage, going past oil palm trees, so you don't know how fast you're going. And yet you don't know how slow you're going, because there's no one there. It's a 1 minute interval for every car to go on the stage. So you're 1 minute ahead of me, and then after 1 minute I will start my run. So you don't actually know. So you have to actually pace yourself. You actually have to guess how fast the other guy, and you also look at your time to see how fast you are going. It's actually a race against time, but still racing against someone else.
Which would you prefer, man? The racetrack or the rally? Personally,
that's hard, man. Wheel to wheel racing is always the best, where you can give the guy on the side you a brush.
The challenge.
Hey, get out of my way, man. You're blocking me. So
after this, coming up some road tips on how to get rid of them on the roads.
But rallying is a different kind of sport. I mean, the rallying takes a lot of you gotta be fearless to some degree, and you gotta have mental strength. And to keep everyone in line in tow is the biggest, toughest part, because you work with a partner. And I had some issues with my partners before. I can say partly my fault, because I was new in rallying. I was quite temperamental. But everybody wants to win, as much as your partner, your co-driver. So your co-driver is your lifeline in the rally car. So, and then after, when you finish the stage, you could have done very well on the stage, but once you get out to the service crew and make sure the crew is fit and they are working with you. And to make sure the car runs again for the next stage. So that's a winning team.
Here's another tip to accomplish all that. Yoga classes.
But so it's full trust, full 100%. The guy says, there's a cow in the front, you believe him, you follow that. It's full trust all the way with your
If some of my notes, I put that blind straight flat out for 400 or 200 meters, right? I got to have full trust in him. When he makes that call, I have to be flat out.
Whoa.
Yeah. And each time when you lift off the accelerator while you're in the stage, you know that the other guy behind you that's chasing you is probably full on too. So you try not to lift off the throttle as much as you can. But you have to lift off sometimes, because you're going around corners sideways. So you're hanging the tail out. It's not like drifting, but we are doing it in the dirt next to oil palm trees and next to ravines, and and drops, you know.
Yeah.
So you're going flat out and hoping that, okay, hopefully the car holds up together. And when you get out of the stage, you're like, oh, that was a good run, man. We did good. We got the fastest time. Yeah, but now you're going to see the service crew, make sure that all the parts are there for whatever needs to be changed. We can get it fixed and running again. And you're doing this the whole day non-stop.
Where are some of the scariest tracks that you've encountered? Some of the scariest ones, like the side of the hills and...
Yeah, I think my most feared place for rallying is actually Kuantan.
Kuantan.
Yeah, that's my nemesis. I know all my cars that go to Kuantan for rallying, we don't finish because all the cars start breaking up because the stages there are really rough.
Whoa.
The rocks are really big, the size of tires, and sometimes in some stages, because we run in really remote areas, you get animals, you get all kinds of stuff on the special stage in Oil Palm Estate. Sometimes you get people dumping stuff there because you'll be surprised that someone could be there and then decided to leave a bottle of, I don't know, oil pump drum or something by accident. You forgot there's a rally going through there. You gotta watch out for stuff like that. Sometimes you get head on with motorbikes.
Whoa.
Yep. Stuff like that. Because the stage is really long, like 20-30 kilometers. I mean, the organizers do their part in sealing off the entire area. But sometimes you get those guys from the villages that, I want to go to the other village. So he happens to ride a motorbike across the oil palm estate, and you might just encounter him. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've encountered dogs, motorbikes, cars even heading head on to me.
That's where the fingers come in,
which is the nicest. Does that stop the other car in its tracks? About the hand,
you're going around a bend at flat out 100 or 120 sideways in fourth gear, and
no one will notice
third gear, and then you go around and say, "Oh man, there's a car head on to me, man!" And it's like, so. I've actually grazed a car head on before round a bend.
Whoa.
And I clipped his wing mirror. I think that's all the road I had left. And after that, it was hell in the car. I was shouting, screaming, and cursing to my co-driver because he's my only friend.
He's the only one
hearing it.
So whoever plans to work with Ian in the near future, make sure you have good cotton buds.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what else can you tell us about? What are you hoping for? What do you want to see happen for rally in the country?
Well, I hope to see the organizers take rallying to a new level. I mean, during my dad's time, there were 100 cars in rallying. Was really big, and after a while, some of the organizers left, and rallying has become to a slight lull. But the organizers of today have taken a new level. Now there's more support from the government. Comes on the news. We are now part of APRC Championship. It's really good. You got a lot of foreign entries, and the entries are getting back more and more. So it's really good. But at the end of the day, it's always about money.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the other obstacles that you're facing, I mean, you told the organizers are taking it to another level, but for the race world right now, and locally here in Malaysia, what are the other problems we have?
Well, support from sponsors is really hard because if you don't have coverage, then no one's going to sponsor you.
So basically, it's the media.
Yeah, it's the media. That's why I'm here.
There must be more coverage, yeah?
Yeah, more coverage, yeah. But in the end of the day, if you want to start rallying, you have to start out with some money. I mean, sponsors won't come to you just because they think that you are a great rally driver just because you say so. But you have to show something. So finishing well, doing well, not crashing your cars will get you noticed.
Okay.
So that's one way to start.
And 2011, Ian Kong, okay, the plans you have so far, the things that you've been up to, we're talking about your new workshop and other things you do apart from rally driving.
Yeah, new plan is, I'm doing this race called, it's actually autocrossing, also known as Gymkhana. So that is what we're doing. We are now in Malaysia's largest autocrossing community. I organize that race now. It's also known as GRA. So anyone with a normal car can come in and race. It's a time trial event, solo start. That means you start by yourself, and it's at a car park going around cones. So it's like a small layout on a car park with cones, and the fastest time of the day wins. And all the categories are split into different categories, from novice to pro drivers, from 1000cc to 2.5 liter turbocharged. So all split up. So it's pretty good. We have a pretty good, strong following.
Hey, we can
so
take part.
Yeah,
we can take part. You know why?
See, the word we should not be applicable here.
No, we start solo, and we'll end up with some passengers from the Kappa Summit Estate. By the time we stop, like, hey, where did you come from?
Well, but anyway, how do the public get in touch with you in terms of participation?
Well, they can log on to our site. We're also on Facebook, so you just look for GRA, Grass Racing Autosports. Autosports spelled with an A, ends with an S. Or you can come to our website. It's grassracingautosports.com. So basically, the reason why we did this race series was because I wanted to show other organizers how to do a proper race.
Oh, nice. Set an example.
Yeah. And it's really grassroots. You bring whatever car you have and just race. It's normal cars. We get from Kalisas to Kanchils to Myvis to Levines to Skylines to S15 Evo, Subarus, all the works, man. All kinds of people come for my races. So it's a really good community sport. And after that is actually the first step of racing the car.
Yes.
Anywhere in the world, they have this thing called solo time trials. And people who love to go racing come to this kind of sport. And after that, they venture into wheel-to-wheel racing on circuit, or they go rallying.
Right.
Yeah.
So who are some good races to watch out for? I mean, which are some of the good races around the world happening that are worth watching, and some good races that you like, that you watch and say, I gotta watch this guy, man. Your favorite drivers?
Well, I love to watch F1.
Okay.
It's gonna be war in the studios in a bit, the next 10 seconds. Okay,
then I love to watch WRC, which is the World Rally Championships. And I love to watch now they have the Race of Champions.
Race of Champions, yeah.
Yeah, where all the fastest drivers in the world from all disciplines, from British touring car, DTM, German touring car, 500cc bikes, or even F1 drivers, go head on and race in the stadium side by side. Now that is one good race to watch. Unfortunately, it's not covered all the time. But last 2 weeks ago, it was on the TV channels.
Okay, excellent.
Let's talk F1.
Well,
okay, let's talk F1. Come on, your favorite team?
My favorite team. Oh man,
you better watch what you say. I'm having the control on the mics here. Watch what you say.
Favorite team?
Okay, my favorite team is actually the Ferrari team.
Ferrari.
Thank you, just made my day, man.
Okay. And who are you rooting for this year? I mean, okay, we've already got Vettel wiping out 2 rounds already, right?
Yeah.
But what do you think is going to happen?
I think Vettel is going to take the championship again this year.
You think so, yeah?
I think so,
The Red Bulls are pretty strong this year.
The Red Bull is pretty strong. Vettel is a strong driver. His talent actually was seen quite some years ago, not very long, I think 2 years ago. But I think it was the best one. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Hungarian Grand Prix when it was pole in the wet. And that actually shows how good a driver is. If the driver drives really well in the wet, means he can adapt and make the car drive faster than anyone else, because you can't use all the power. So that shows skill.
3 words, macam got skill lah.
There you go. What about Schumacher? Okay lah.
Who?
Schumacher. The Rain Master.
Race car drivers never.
You just can't stop.
I just hesitated for a while. Well,
yeah.
I will get to that level one day, I guess. Okay, well, basically, race car drivers don't lose their skills and talents. Maybe their reflexes get slower. But Schumacher, no doubt, he's the 7-year F1 champion, right?
Yeah.
Age has caught up a bit, I can say that. But he's still a very talented and fast driver. Unfortunately, the car that he's driving now is not really up to the mark.
Not up to.
Yeah, you can still see some flashes of his skill, because he's still doing around the same times as the front guys. I mean, the top 14 guys are within the 1 second gap from each other, right? So it's pretty fast too. But just that the car is just losing out a bit.